If you want to know what to do with your business, don't ask your accountant. I have the most respect for accountants, and they're very good at what they do. What they don't understand is marketing. They don't understand what it takes and visual impressions, clicks, conversions. They don't understand that. Here's the best advice an accountant always goes, their go-to that always wins with everybody. Ready? You need to pull back your marketing. How could you go wrong with that opinion? That's a good one. Every owner is going to say, ooh, marketing, yeah, I spent so much money on that. Unless you understand what it is, you generally don't know what you're talking about. Let's just compare a florist to a restaurant. A restaurant owner orders so many pieces of steak, so many pieces of chicken, so many pieces of lamb, and they inventory that, and then they can go back and look at their numbers the year later to say, geez, how many did I sell this last week of this month? The flower industry can't do that. The only identifying product we have is roses generally. Everything else can be mixed and matched. If you order a dozen red roses, you're going to get a dozen red roses. But most people order a mixed arrangement of some sort for 75, 150, whatever the number is. Now, if you're a restaurant owner, somebody came up to you and said, make me a nice dinner for $75. That would be the equivalent to what a flower shop accounting looks like. They say, make me something nice for $75. Mix, match, put this in there, put that in there. What about a product that's expiring? What about a product that is already weakening because it's been in the cooler for 3 days? You know, every flower is a ticking equation that's down ticking into being worthless. It starts out at 100% value. You paid X amount of dollars for a product, then in the cooler for 2 days drops it down to 75%. 3 or 4 days, 50 to 40% of what you paid for it. So how do you do the numbers on that? All right, just so you realize, it's too complicated for an accountant to understand. Let's turn the page. Let's talk about what you're spending on marketing compared to if you didn't do it at all. Right now, anybody pick up, what was it? 25 million people lost jobs last year. It's a ridiculous number. It's just, the numbers are so big, the zeros don't make sense anymore. But with all the layoffs at FedEx, UPS, Amazon, you've heard them all, Verizon, they're all trickling down. And people are coming home and having to tell their family they don't have what they had a year ago to be able to spend this holiday season. So now people are looking for value. They're still going to probably send a gift, but they may not spend $100 or $150. They may be looking for something for $50. As a good owner, you should be able to zag and be flexible and give people what they're looking for in a price range that they're comfortable with. So that's the advice a shop owner needs. Today, I got 2 messages within 10 minutes of each other. One was, thank you so much. I can't believe I'm up again. I've been with you for 4 months. I've been up every single month in a market that most flower shops are down because people just aren't spending. Now, he's up. The other shop called me up and says, I'm selling. Can't do this anymore. It took me probably 8 months to get this shop to just get to the point where they're now starting to go forward because things were just not where they needed to be. I will never give the names because that's not what this is about. This is about every one of you understanding if you have a business and you are not reaching your numbers, if you're struggling, please don't go to your accountant. That's the scorekeeper. It's like being in a basketball game and asking the scorekeeper, what should you do next? You go to your coach. You go to the assistant coach. All those people are lined up, but guess who knows the score and where everything is? The scorekeeper. He just doesn't know how to get there. Have a good day, everybody. Feel free to send me a message if you have any questions. Share this with anyone that might be struggling, because if you don't do something, you're not going to get anything. And stopping is the first step. towards becoming invisible.